to say to Brian McKnight, kids, to all of his kids, the ones that he said that's born out of evil or born in evil, whatever he said, whatever he claims, or whatever, let you know that you have a lot of support out here. This message out to Brian McKnight, 2 sons and daughter. You are always welcome to the state of Alabama, to the great state of Alabama, where you have men and you have uncles and you have a lot of people in Birmingham that take on kids that have been abandoned by fathers. I just need everybody to have low expectations when it comes to raising kids. Because you can raise them, you can put them through college and all that shit. But they can be grown and right down the street from you and don't acknowledge you and don't have shit to do with you for no reason. Let these grown ass kids and kids that you tried to help and tried to raise and tried to do for make you feel guilty for doing the best that you can. They can go to hell.
In the midst of all of this, I got these jokers in my house who will show up, come in and not even speak to me.
Welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy channel. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, and you?
Oh, splendid. Today's title is Parental Neglect or Just Kids Disrespect. Parental Neglect or Just Kids Disrespect. Did you see the beginning? Did you see
it? Yeah, I did. One thing I don't like is a disrespectful kid. I mean, I like to listen to the whole story first to see, okay, was the parent out of line? Did they provoke the child? Or is this child just like being ridiculous?
Yeah.
Because I cannot take no child that's just being ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I feel for the parents who have to deal with them. For
real. You know, also you see how Ricky Smiley starts off saying, you know, Brian McKnight's kids, you know, first of all, let me shout out to Anton Daniels for doing such a great interview. Shout out to him. Just incredible. Right. 4 or 5 star, whatever's the highest star.
Yep.
Awesome. He definitely got another place in media. I want to give him his props. Anton Daniels, salute on that interview with Brian McKnight. With Ricky Smiley, you see how he kind of like, hey, Brian, your kids, y'all come to me. Forget what he talking about, you know. But then you see as time went on, people said stuff about him, his kids, his situation. He like, basically forget these kids, you know. And that's interesting when it changes, when it's on you.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, that's definitely true. So like I said, I like to hear the whole story first before I start to chime in on things, because you never know what's going on.
Exactly. So we're gonna play some clips and we'll come back and talk more about it.
All right.
The plan that I had for them, since they weren't going to go to college, that they wanted to be in music. I'm on tour. I'm on several world tours at this point. She agreed to let them come back. She continued to get her money. And I took them all over the world with me because I said, listen, you didn't grow up like me. I grew up singing in front of people, in church, everywhere. You guys have learned in the studio, and you're great, but you need to know what it's like to be out here on stage, to know the grind of having to have lobby call and be on time, the grind of having to do sound checks and be there and perform and do. So come out with me. I'll have a section of my show where you guys can come out. I can introduce you. You can start to feel what it's like. And we did that for a while, a good while. Right up until there's so much going on at this point. They're back with me. They, every day I have about 20 kids in my house. Just on the floor, there's weed, there's all this other kind of stuff going on.
So wait a minute. So they're with you.
They're with me.
But now they're starting to get out of control in a sense.
In the midst of all of this, I got these jokers in my house who will show up, come in and not even speak to me. Like, hell, Miss McKnight, thank you for having us or anything like that. It's like, it's crazy, the things that are going on. Both of their girlfriends are living at the house, along with all these other people who just, sleeping on the floor, sleeping,
So they're living like rock stars.
Oh, yeah, completely. Because when I'm gone, my cars are there. My bikes are there. Everything,
because you're on tour.
I got to lock everything down. I got to remember, because but they all have their own cars. That's the other thing. We'll get into that in a minute. But things just started getting out of control. So we did a tour where it's my brother from Take Six, my two boys, and myself. It's sort of like a McKnight. We're going to, the next phase of what we're doing. We got 4 shows left. We come home, and the two boys say, we miss our girlfriends. We ain't going back. we're done. We're done here.
No.
The promoters and everything's like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to go do the rest of these shows by myself.
Wow. That's interesting.
Ooh, ain't nothing like a kid doing some stuff that'll shame you.
Yeah.
Your kids will shame you.
Yeah.
To have done all them shows.
Right.
And now we get to the point where we almost done. We can say we done.
Right.
And you gonna leave, throwing everything off, not knowing the preparation that goes into putting this stuff together, make sure the time slots is lining up with everybody.
Yeah.
Now he gonna have to overwork, do more than what he anticipated doing to accommodate y'all not being there because y'all miss y'all girlfriends.
Yeah.
Y'all getting caught up in the hype. Y'all ain't no stars. Y'all still living off your dad.
All right.
And then the disrespect in the house.
Yeah.
Ain't no drugs in the house. Are you serious? You using drugs in the house and your friends ain't speaking to me?
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Too, like you said, when you set up these shows, it's a lot of preparation. These are contracts. You can't just do it. You can be sued because there's tickets been sold, there's deposits, there's coliseums or stadiums or wherever the place is that you've rented out or leased out to do these shows. It's a lot of commercials ran. All this stuff is done early. So you can't at the last minute say you're not going to do it. It's not a good look, not very professional of his children. Because the whole thing about this is they're acting like he didn't care about them. But there's so many things that you hear that he's talking about that they just didn't show they cared about what he was doing. It's really starting to be a big thing on social media that you're seeing parents coming out talking about their kids and how they reacted, and the reaction back and forth, more or less the grown ones than the younger ones, and how they feel they should be treated, allowed to live for free, do what they want to do, say what they want to say. And that's really not the reality of this life. Things, when you get grown, it's time to be grown and be about your business,
Yeah. The kids don't understand. Like, they think when you open the refrigerator that milk is just in there.
Right.
Like, no, somebody had to plan this out. How many do we need for this week? Or how often you do your grocery shopping, meal planning. Like, all this stuff goes into running a household. And you need to be paying attention and not disrespecting the work that's being put in behind the scenes.
Exactly. I just think the whole thing's misunderstood. A lot of parents and Brian McKnight's one of them that's been getting dragged for a while now. So it's real interesting to start hearing his side.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to a little bit more, though, all right?
All right.
We'll come back.
Which is fine, or whatever. What most people don't know is that before Leilani ever moved in with me, we were already becoming estranged. She's the one that brought us back together.
Wow.
It was 2015, my birthday. And we have that moment of, let's get it together. Let's try. My wife facilitated that.
Wow.
And then she was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
she wasn't even your wife at the time.
As a blended family, Jack and Julia, who are Leilani's kids, who are my children now, we did so many things all together. But remember, we're not married yet. Not married yet. Somewhere along the way, when we decided to get married, that's when things started to go sideways.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I could speculate. In my opinion,
if you had to speculate,
in my opinion, the narrative about me was that I wasn't capable of loving somebody. I wasn't capable of being a faithful husband. I wasn't, capable. And he'll never get married. Oh yeah, he can act like this. He can put this woman on his Instagram, but he won't get married. Well, now he's getting married. Well, he's not going to get married. He's not going to go through with it. Even so much so that, it's crazy. When I was out in the street, doing everything under the sun, because I lived my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah.
as a single man.
Yep.
No problems, no anything.
So
Nothing.
it wasn't until you actually started to transition into really being that faithful,
Right.
that person that they weren't expecting for you to become, that then it started to create that environment or that problem.
Because I wouldn't have become that for them.
Yeah, very interesting outlook of his life and how things go with children and people when they already have a way that they see you and you start to change, you know?
Yeah. I could see the other person, they're like, it could be hard for them to see you become a better version of who you are.
Right.
And they're like, well, how come I didn't get that person? And it can anger them and make them sad, make them lash out and do things.
Right.
And that's not fair because we meet people along the road that help shape us to who we are. You might be with somebody that you might not end up with, but you guys ran across each other's path because y'all needed something that the other person, you had something that the other person needed.
Right.
On both sides. And we grow like that. And then we move on. And I think that they need to take that energy and say, okay, who did I become for who?
Right.
Because it wasn't for that person. It was for somebody else. So be who you supposed to be for that person and let them live their life and everybody can be at peace.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the thing is, for most people, just be you and walk your path. And however other people walk their path, they're going to walk their path. And if how it's supposed to be between y'all, it'll be that, whatever that may be, you know, just live and let live. I believe that's where that comes from. Live and let live. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Also, you know, the thing with Brian McKnight is so interesting because we got to see this guy that made all these love songs, and we got to see, you just naturally think these songs were about his person that he had, the children, but he got married, who he married to at such a, young age. And to find out that they never really liked each other. It was just playing around, and she got pregnant, and because his family and his mom was in the church, he had to marry her. He married her. First, he thought she got pregnant, and she said she was going to get an abortion. She lied and didn't get the abortion, took the money clearly, and then he went ahead and married her because he thought that was the right thing to do. So that was hell. And then they just never liked each other like that. You go through the whole process, and she got married twice and still keeps his last name. It's just, and then the kids, everything's cool as long as he's a player. But as soon as he say, I really want to be with this woman that was already around, then it's like, I'm mad. But they went to the wedding, enjoyed the wedding, but because they couldn't, and they went on the tour, they messed the tour up. And then he said, hey man, it's time for y'all to, get on your own feet. They continue to get money from his woman. And they just mad. And, one of the sons ended up passing. He wasn't part of it. Couldn't help with the medical side because they locked him out of that. So Brian has lived an interesting life. It's like that how you see like Bobby Brown went through a lot in his life. So, but, parental neglect or just kids disrespect, thanks for coming to Common Sense Philosophy. We'll see you on the next one.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
He isn't capable of doing that, but it's obvious that I am.
But as long as you're in the streets, it's
as long as
cool.
I'm in the street, it's cool. It's cool. So much so that even after a second marriage, she's been married again, right?
Yeah.
Still named McKnight.
Is what it is.
It's so disrespectful.
It is.
It is what it is. So moving right along, we end up getting married. Mm-hmm. My best men are Jack and these two boys. All both, and I'm going to bequeath you this video so you can make it a part of this.
Yep.
Where they're happy, they're toasting. Leilani is thanking me for allowing her to love them as her own children as we have this family. And even the younger one saying, now we're a family.
I'm incredibly happy. I wouldn't want anyone else but you, Leilani. I'm so happy, no, honestly. I'm so happy to have you, Jack, Julia, and the rest of your family as a part of our family now. And I'm happy to be a part of yours. I know let's do this. And I'm going to try to do this without crying because I'm literally tearing up right now. Tonight's about love, guys. And that's really it.
Fuck them kids.